Hey up everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. I hope you're all well on this Friday. Tonight's video is going to be my round 19 review of the Parramatta match against Brisbane. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do a review of all the Parramatta games, win, lose or draw. I've got a playlist of all those. If you want to check out any of the other reviews I've done, go ahead and find that playlist and have a look. So going into this game, we had the disappointing loss against Penrith last week, and Brisbane had the, you can see, disappointing loss against the Gold Coast. What added a bit of extra spice to the match beforehand was the fact that Canterbury upset South on Thursday night, which meant that Canterbury overtook Brisbane on the competition ladder on for and against, and it's put Brisbane in a position where they're still looking to avoid their first ever wooden spoon in the club's history. Now, going into the game, I was very wary of Brisbane because we hadn't been playing well for, you can see, the last 4 to 5 weeks, and Brisbane were desperate to avoid that wooden spoon because a wooden spoon's kind of like a criminal record. Once it's there, it's there. You can't get rid of it, and no matter what you do, you can't get rid of it. Not that I have a criminal record, but I can tell you that I know people that do have one, and you just can't get rid of it. So anyway, getting back onto the video, so we kicked off, and our first hit up through Micah Sivo took Tyson Gamble out, who was starting for the first time for Brisbane because he's generally coming off the bench. It was his first start. He was knocked out in the first tackle of the game, and I felt a bit sorry for the lad because I know the backstory of Tyson Gamble. That first 20-minute period we didn't play particularly well, and the first 2 tries that we scored, the first one through Blake Ferguson and the next one through Micah Sivo, were actually quite well done because both tries, they were kind of caught when they were off balance, and then they still had to try to find their way to the line. Especially with Micah Sivo, he kind of landed on one foot and then put the ball down with his other hand. Mitchell Moses completely ignored Michael Jennings that was stood right there, but he decided to throw the ball at Micah Sivo and he scored. Then Gutherson scored 2 tries in the first half, so we were leading at half time, you could see, quite comfortably. Brisbane did score one try through David Fafita, which I thought was quite soft. It looked like a bit of a soft effort from Mitchell Moses. I know there's a bit of a mismatch in size there, but it just looked a bit soft to me. And going into the second half, Brisbane were trying to find a way back into the match, and I think they were starting to try to get a foothold back in the match, and I thought that they started the second half a lot better than us. And then they throw that wayward pass through where I think it was Isaac Luke that threw the wayward pass, and then Jai Field picked it up, raced away and scored. Because just beforehand, Herbie Farmer scored for Brisbane, and I thought that was a very soft try as well. It looked like someone off the training ground where they just put through a grubber and Farnworth outsprinted everyone and scored. And that was the final score, as you could see, for the next half an hour. We did have a try controversially ruled out where Clint Gutherson was alleged to have knocked the ball on, and Parramatta has already blown his whistle and said knock on, and then they've done the captain's challenge or something like that, and then it's kind of been shown that the ball went backwards off Clint Gutherson and it was a try. So that's one thing I'll say about the referee tonight. I won't say much, but if you are a Parramatta fan or you know the history between Henry Parramatta and Parramatta, that explains a lot. He's not exactly on everyone's Christmas card list, you can see, from the Parramatta club. If you're not too sure about the history between Henry Parramatta and Parramatta, just type in the comment section below and I'll give you a story about it. I thought that we did enough in the end to win. It wasn't that convincing. A win's a win, as Clint Gutherson said in the post-match. But I was really expecting tonight that the attack would be a lot better because we're coming up against weakened opposition. We're coming up against a club that's got zero confidence, and this would have been a perfect hit out in time for the finals. It would have maybe giving some of the players a bit of confidence to score a bit of points, but it didn't turn out that way. I thought that once again we were trying to push passes that weren't there. We were trying to force the hand too much. We were trying to go across the field instead of straight through the middle, because that's where we did so well in the beginning of the year. We went sort of straight and hard through the middle, and we were getting a couple of offloads, and we were being a bit more patient with the football, and that hasn't been really the case over the last, you can see, 5 to 6 weeks. We've been trying to force things and we've been impatient. And I also think that Mitchell Moses in particular is lacking in confidence or summit, because he seemed like a totally different player at the moment at times. I think once again our best player on the field tonight was Clint Gutherson. He's been our player of the year, you can see. I don't know where we'd be without Clint Gutherson. I think we'd be a lot lower down the ladder if it wasn't for the efforts of him. Also, I thought that Reid Marnie had a good game, and Nathan Brown, and some of the other usual suspects. It was good to see Blake Ferguson score another try, but definitely my man of the match tonight was Clint Gutherson. Now, even in the post-match comments on Facebook and social media, people were saying, "Oh, Parramatta don't deserve to play finals," and even some of our own fans were saying we don't deserve to play finals. Look, here, tell me one thing at the start of the year. If someone was to say to you, Parramatta's in the top 4 coming third, would you take it? Yes or no? To the other fans and the neutrals that say that we don't deserve to be there, I think we do deserve to be there. We did enough in the first half of the year, and you can see the first 2/3 of the year we've done enough to show that we deserve to play finals football. It's only been the last 5 or 6 weeks that we've gone off the boil. I don't know whether that's pressure, expectation, maybe something's got into the players' heads, maybe it's a lack of confidence. Who knows? But I think it's going to be very hard to rediscover what we had earlier in the year, because for some reason we were playing a certain way for, you could see, like the first 12 to 14 week of the competition, and the last month and a half we've been a totally different side, and I don't know what's really gone on at the club, but I think it's going to take a bit of a miracle for them to rediscover that type of form that they had earlier in the year and bring it into the finals. But for the people to sit there at home and see that we don't deserve to be there, I think they're being a bit daft like. But anyway, that's me review of the Parramatta versus Brisbane match. That's just my thoughts on the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button. Make sure that you comment on the video if you got something to say. Click that subscribe button if you're enjoying the channel and the other videos I'm doing. And if you want to keep up to date with the channel, click that notification bell as well so you get an email. Anyways, everyone, I'm going to get out of here. It was my birthday today, I forgot to mention that earlier, just done a 12-hour shift. Thank you to everyone that wished me a happy birthday. And I'm going to be going to sleep soon because I'm absolutely knackered. But anyways, everyone, I'll catch you all later. Tatty bye, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, ta-ra.